Alright. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. To you I say Shalom. This is the brother Yeshaya coming at you again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And, this is going to be another in transit on my way to work. So I figured I'd do something. The spirit was on me. Think about this lesson. I was thinking about doing a whole video, but since I'm running short on time, figured I'd do it on the road, and whatever, I'm able to get out, Lord willing, it'll be edifying. But I wanted to start off with Psalms 126 and verse 1, because what I was thinking of entitling this is something along the lines how, this existence, this current existence, that this is all going to feel soon like a bad dream, you know what I'm saying? Because as we know, according to prophecy, the kingdom is coming, right? When the Lord Yahushua takes over this place, destroys this place, talking about America, and takes over the world, ultimately that refreshing, and that new world, really is a new era, an era where righteousness is going to thrive and wickedness is going to be stamped out. But it's going to feel like a whole new world. And even then, us, the Israelites, we're going to be made perfect. You know what I'm saying? So this current existence, as we understand it, is temporal, right? Pursuant to, 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, right? As a matter of fact, let me pull it up real quick. 2 Peter 3. And, let me see. This is 2 Peter 3 and verse 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall melt, or in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise," talking about the ICBM missiles, "and the elements shall melt with fervent heat." Right, so especially over here in America, everything you see before you is about to be eradicated by fire, man. Completely destroyed, melted down. So much so that the elements are going to melt. Right? That's how hot it's going to get over here. But it says, "The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." Right? So the way America carries itself, the evil works people do on a daily basis, this whole lifestyle that America pushes, it will soon all be gone away, man. Right? And when it happens, man, we're going to be like good riddance. Because this place has got to go. You can't live in peace in this world. This world, especially here in America, is known as the valley of the shadow of death. Right? So we're living in a deadly situation, a deadly area, man. An area really in a world where sin has been allowed to, plant a seed everywhere, to where everywhere you go, ain't nothing but wickedness. And it's all because, the man of sin is in the seat of power. Talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. So, of course, we're going to be dealing with evil. We're going to be dealing with trouble. We're going to be dealing with, injustice, right? Because the man in charge, or the man that was put in charge, I wouldn't say he's not in charge. The one in charge is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, but the one that was put in charge, because the Most High put him in charge, over the world for a time, But we're seeing that he has mismanaged it. He doesn't operate in righteousness, right? The scriptures talk about, show favor unto the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness, right? So we're living in a wicked world, man, where we're not allowed to, or we're not able really to really live or operate in a righteous manner to where, we're going to be able to keep all the laws, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, all this is about to pass away, man. All this is soon going to evaporate, and the kingdom of heaven is going to be here, right? So this is why I'm saying, soon all this we see before us is going to feel like a bad dream. This life is going to feel like a bad dream. The bad things that happen to us in this life is going to feel like a bad dream, man. Like waking up out of a nightmare, right? Because the kingdom of heaven is going to be so pleasant, and it's going to be our rest. In Micah 2:10, it says that this place right here, right now, is not our rest, right? It also says in the scriptures that we have no continuous city, but we seek one to come, right? So the kingdom of heaven is that city that we've been, that we dream of, man, that we crave to wake up in, and that's how it's going to feel like whenever we are in the kingdom, right? It's going to be so pleasant, it's going to be so good, we're going to be enjoying it, and we're going to wake up and we ain't even going to consider what we went through on this side, man. The scriptures go into how, in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction, right? So we're going to forget everything that we have ever been through, man, in the kingdom of heaven. And plus, this short existence here in America, because it is short, even though it might feel long while we're in it, it might feel like, damn, it's taking forever, man. But when you compare it to eternity, there's really no comparison. We're going to be in the kingdom forever and ever. So this little short, however many years we've been here, some brothers longer, best believe none of it can compare to the glory we're going to receive, and the rest, and the peace, the prosperity, man, the it's just everything that we're going to receive in the kingdom, man. Right? Now let me see. I kind of want to go back. Actually, let me finish this out. 2 Peter 3 and verse 11. It says, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?" Right? So you got to conduct yourself in a better fashion, in a better manner, one that is pleasing unto the Lord, in order to receive that protection, to be able to be delivered from that destruction, right? That we talked about, the ICBM missiles. Hold on, bear with me. All right, Salakia. So verse 12, it says, "Looking for and hastening unto the day of the Lord." Hold on. I gotta make this damn turn. All right. So it says, verse 12, "Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, or of the Most High, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat." Right. Nevertheless, we, according to His promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Right. So that's what we're looking forward to, man. The kingdom of heaven, wherein where we'll be able to operate in a righteous manner, where everything will be, pretty much the standard will be the law, statutes, and commandments, right? So let's get this. Going to Psalms 126 and verse 1. So it says, "When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream." So like I said, this is going to all feel like a bad dream soon, man, right? So we were like them that dream, right? When you wake up out of a bad dream, you're just like, oh shit, Wake up sweaty, cold sweat. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how it's going to feel. It's going to feel like, we just woke up out of a dream. Like, whoa. Right? But then you wake up and you're relieved at the fact that it was only a dream. Like, oh man, it was only a dream. Like, wow. Right? Verse 2, it says, then was our mouth filled with laughter. Right? That's what happens, right? Whenever you wake up out of a bad dream, you're like, oh shit, man, that shit was scary, man. And then you're just like, whoa, shit, man, thank God I was just a dream. Right? So it says, then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the heathen, the Lord had done great things for them. Right? Because best believe the Lord will do great things for us. The things that he's prepared to do for his elect, man, these are great things, man. The deliverance, right? The protection that's about to be bestowed upon the elect, right? And then the upgrade that we're going to receive, Lord willing, we'll be part of that elect, when Yahushua returns and get beamed up, because we're going to receive immortal bodies, right? But it says, verse 3, the Lord had done great things for us, whereof we are glad. Turn again our captivity, O Lord, as the streams in the south, that they sow in tears, they that sow in tears shall reap in joy. He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. So that's pretty much the point, right? So let me get this. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. You see, so this current affliction that we're going through, because best believe, brothers is going through shit, man. Whether it's, ailments in the body, you know what I'm saying? Demons fucking with you in your dreams, or physically fucking with you, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, Satan be infiltrating, or trying to, not infiltrate, but be trying to attack brothers in various forms and fashions, through temptation, through mental, just attacking you mentally is my point, right? But best believe, all these things, as long as we continue to endure, as long as we continue to remain strong in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, all these things will soon pass away, man, right? But it says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, right? So even though, we're in a poor condition, we're rich in faith, man, right? Because, yeah, we're looked down on, we're mocked, we're scoffed, right? And that all adds into the affliction that we go through on the side, right? But, again, like I said, we have our treasure, when you're reading the scriptures, it talks about, keeping your eyes single, right? Well, our eyes fixed on the kingdom of heaven, right? So our treasure is being stored up in the kingdom of heaven, right? But like it says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So if you want, if you desire, riches in the kingdom, and peace and prosperity, you don't got to look no further but the scriptures, man. You don't got to look no further but to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because a reward will be given to his servants, man. I mean, if you get rewarded for serving, whatever it might be, a leader, whatever leader you might want to serve, the president of the United States, the president of Russia, whatever, all these different, prime ministers and diplomats or whatever, you serve them, you get rewarded. How much more the king of the universe that has everything at his disposal, right? We're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua. You see? But it says, right, so going back, 2 Corinthians 4 and 17, the latter part, it says, it worketh for us a far more exceeding and an eternal weight of glory. So we're going to be in that state of glory for eternity, man. So like I said, this current condition that we're in is going to feel like a bad dream, man. We're just going to wake up out of it and be like, oh, relieved at the fact that it's over. But verse 18, 2 Corinthians 4:18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. See? And this is why faith is required, right? When you're reading the book of Hebrews, it says that, as a matter of fact, let me find it. Let me find it. Because what's required is faith, right? This is Hebrews 11 and verse 1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. See? So faith is a requirement when it comes into this thing, because if you don't have faith, you lack the ability to see the things that are not seen, right? To visualize in your mind the promises, right? The power. You know, there's a scripture that says, let me find it. Right here, Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that seek, a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. See, so again, faith is a requirement in this thing. Now let me get this real quick. I want to close this out with this because I got to go in. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast. It's one of my favorite scriptures. Be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. You see? The Most High is not going to forget your labors of love, man. Everything is being taken account of. The good, the bad, the ugly, right? Everything is being taken account of. And best believe, everything that we suffered on this side for the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to be rewarded tenfold in the kingdom of heaven, 100-fold, man. And as long as we continue to endure, our reward is waiting for us, man. Our crown is waiting for us, right? So our labor is not in vain. You see? We ain't doing this for nothing. A promise is, the Most High promised us a reward, right? Whenever you hear about the 12 apostles, whenever they asked Yahushua what they would receive, what did he tell them? Right? That he would be sitting, they will be sitting on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Power, rulership, right? And that comes with a lot of perks, man. Of course, responsibility, but also perks. See, but we're going to be perfect. We're going to have them perfect body. So we're going to be perfect, man. We're going to enjoy ruling, man. We're going to love it. And we're going to do it to perfection, man. So this is what's waiting for us, man, right? We just got to continue to endure, man. Right? So Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close it out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Racha HaKodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well, peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Until the next time, I'm going to say Shalom and Kwam Yashala.